We can call nitty, all stargazing. Life goes on, honey, home my business. Woke up looking for the rock beat. I keep the horn on me, back of my seat. I beat on the shit, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off in my feet. Woke up looking for the rock beat. I keep the horn on me, back of my seat. I beat on the shit, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off in my feet. What? Hey, Ice K dots in this bitch. Been up since 4 years now, I'm back nigga plays in this bitch. Got bloods and clips, all says begging on this bitch. Hey, can't you hear what it say? Don't give a fuck about that shit. Hey, nigga, back on my West Coast shit, I'm from Compton. Nigga thought that shit was sweet, got in this by other continents. Flyest nigga, walking out like a king, where's my crown? I don't fuck with him, talking about B3, I'm on my own. Whoa, I can't hear you no more. What? Niggas start having wrinkles, you getting so old. Put that all in the cage, now who you calling slave? I got some T-Rex and 2 with the back of your head. Woke up looking for the rock beat. I keep the horn on me, back of my seat. I beat on the shit, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off in my feet. Woke up looking for the rock beat. I keep the horn on me, back of my seat. I beat on the shit, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off in my feet. 1, 2 step slide, this is how we do it. Niggas creep, walking niggas blood, walking in the hood, smoking green, big broccoli, flying with that rude. Hey, what? On the dead humps, we could never be cool. 8, 4, 5, 6, cruising in the 6-4, 2024. Nigga hit the road, here's a hole, going back and forth with the freak your hoe. Hey, let me tell my sheet, nigga, I'm in demon mode. Woke up looking for the rock beat. I keep the horn on me, back of my seat. I beat on the shit, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off in my feet. Woke up looking for the rock beat. I keep the horn on me, back of my seat. I beat on the shit, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off in my feet. We can call nitty, all stargazing. Life goes on, honey, home my business. Woke up looking for the rock beat. I keep the horn on me, back of my seat. I beat on the shit, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off in my feet. Woke up looking for the rock beat. I keep the horn on me, back of my seat. I beat on the shit, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off in my feet. What? Hey, Ice K dots in this bitch. Been up since 4 years now, I'm back nigga plays in this bitch. Got bloods and clips, all says begging on this bitch. Hey, can't you hear what it say? Don't give a fuck about that shit. Hey, nigga, back on my West Coast shit, I'm from Compton. Nigga thought that shit was sweet, got in this by other continents. Flyest nigga, walking out like a king, where's my crown? I don't fuck with him, talking about B3, I'm on my own. Whoa, I can't hear you no more. What? Niggas start having wrinkles, you getting so old. Put that all in the cage, now who you calling slave? I got some T-Rex and 2 with the back of your head. Woke up looking for the rock beat. I keep the horn on me, back of my seat. I beat on the shit, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off in my feet. Woke up looking for the rock beat. I keep the horn on me, back of my seat. I beat on the shit, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off in my feet. 1, 2 step slide, this is how we do it. Niggas creep, walking niggas blood, walking in the hood, smoking green, big broccoli, flying with that rude. Hey, what? On the dead humps, we could never be cool. 8, 4, 5, 6, cruising in the 6-4, 2024. Nigga hit the road, here's a hole, going back and forth with the freak your hoe. Hey, let me tell my sheet, nigga, I'm in demon mode. Woke up looking for the rock beat. I keep the horn on me, back of my seat. I beat on the shit, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off in my feet. Woke up looking for the rock beat. I keep the horn on me, back of my seat. I beat on the shit, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off in my feet.
Yes, sir. What's up with the good peoples? What's up with the good peoples? What's up with y'all, man? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Sauce, Big Sauce, not the little one. My sister Queen, Tyler, Burger Lord, my nigga Lou. What it do? You know what I'm saying? King Loco, I see y'all in here. Shout out to the good people. Shout out to the good people. We doing this vertical live shit again. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said, I told y'all we gonna be trying some shit out. Shout out my dog Lifted in the building. We're gonna be trying some new shit out. You feel me? Some different content as well. You know what I'm saying? So I got this Candace Owens interview with Ray J. With Ray J and the Gaygency. You know what I'm saying? the ring homies, I don't know if any of y'all was aware of the 600 fight that happened not too long ago. You feel me? It was ring homies. You feel me? They was provided by the Gaygency. You know what I'm saying? Transmissions, this, that, and the other. You feel me? Now, Candace Owens have said some strong things about this community. So Ray J wanted to take up the fight for him, which is crazy to me, but to each his own, you feel me? And I thought this was interesting content, so I was like, yo, I'm about to run this. I'm a vertical this out. Hey, is my sound and everything good? The sound, everything good? Why am I hearing music? But yeah, and Candace Owens herself, she's pretty interesting, like her views and shit like that. So I just thought, yo, let me bring something different to my people. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully y'all fuck with this. I definitely thought it was interesting. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even watch it all. I saw a clip. Sister Queen said, shout out to Gaygency. I guess, yeah, shout them out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Gaygency. But I saw one clip, and it was Ray J talk about himself in a wig. He put on a wig and thought he looked good in the wig, right? So when I saw that clip, I went to the interview. Just from the beginning of the interview, I stopped it and was like, boom, I'm about to run this. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, we about to get into this interview. Time Free, I see you in the building. Danielle, I see you in the building. Salute all the good people, man. Ray J got real... We know Ray J got the bandits. We know that. We know that for sure. But Ray J's on a whole nother note right now. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds like he's dead ass serious about whatever he's doing with the Gaygency and these people. He's taking up this fight. He's sitting up here. He's sitting next to a year in the main. And it's cool, right? Smash them likes for me, y'all. I need them likes up. But he's sitting next to the year in the main, and he just doing the whole thing. So we gonna get into this though, man. We gonna get into this. Shout out to all my good people in the building. Smash that like on your way in here. If you new here, sub up to the channel. You feel me? Smash them likes though. Y'all, I need y'all to smash them likes for real.
I recently appeared on Don Lemon, and some clips were taken out of that conversation I had with him, particularly a portion when he was speaking to me about transgenderism. And I explained to him my perspective on transgenderism, that it is a mental disorder.
West Adams, what it do, gang? What it do, gang? I see my good people in here. Smash that like, y'all.
Shortly thereafter, Ray J, familiar with Ray J, he is a man of many talents. He's a singer, a performer,
nice.
An actor, entrepreneur, a business owner, messaged me on Instagram and said, Candace, I don't feel, and I'm summing up here, I don't feel that you have the full story. I would love to have a conversation and introduce you to someone who may be able to provide you a wider perspective. And I said, let's do it. I'm in LA, and we made it happen virtually overnight. So I'm going to allow Ray J to introduce his guest. First and foremost, Ray J, what inspired you to reach out?
Well, first off, just because I've been so involved with the community, we've been doing not only TV shows, but we just been vibing, and we've been spending a lot of time, and that helped me, educate myself on a lot of new things. And so when I seen the interview, and we've talked before, and we've always been cool. So I think it's always important, if you feel something, to call your people, see if we can sit down, see if we can debate it. Danielle's here, she's one of our stars on the new show, The Girls Club, on the Tronix Network. And we're going all in on this show. And I just felt like it was perfect timing. I was like, please hit me back, right? And then you're in.
Okay, so Ray J was Ray J trying to promote Tronix, because I was wondering, yo, how did this even happen? Ray J trying to promote Tronix. Okay, I got it. Okay, let's proceed. Oh, champ. Salute my dog Showface in the building. Salute the mayor. Shout out my nigga Lucci in the building. Mr. Monk, the most interesting man in the world.
LA too at the same time. It was meant for us to do it. And so just being, and I told you in the DM, just being educated. That was a new word I'd never heard. And so,
yo, this nigga said educated, bro. This is crazy what's going on with our men. I'ma just say that, bro. Educated, bro. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do educated. I'm sorry. I'm not with that.
Bridging the gap and getting an understanding. It's always good to talk things through. And so I brought Danielle here because her experience and her life kind of was mixed in with what you were saying, and maybe she can give you a better understanding on what it is, or vice versa, but I wanted to create this synergy so we can all talk together.
Well, Danielle, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Very
They
happy to
trying to
have
create
you
no
here.
synergy,
Also,
man.
very happy that you were willing to even have this discussion, because a lot of times you see people that are on opposing sides do not want to speak. And I think that's guided by a lot of fear and sometimes by a lot of cowardice. So Danielle, how did you get mixed in with Ray J, and what made you want to?
Hey, look here. Educated is, I thought he was saying the word wrong. He doubled down. Educated is crazy.
Be here today?
Yeah, so I just wanted to double back on that. I fully agree. When Ray and the team called me, obviously the first emotions that go through your head is, oh my God, I'm scared. Like, I don't know if I'm ready. And to be completely vulnerable, I thought I don't want to use the word easy, but for me as a trans person, and I have been for 20 years, there's been so many conversations that I've had worldwide with people, and as like a mature, classy, wise person that I would like to say I am, you understand perspective, and it's all how you come at a conversation. So that's why I agreed to.
Salute Malcolm in the building. Salute you, gang. Appreciate you being here. Smash them likes for me. At Drizzle Reacts in the building. Shout out to my dog all around. I see you, gang. I see you.
Here because I was like, I want to do this for me, for the community, and most of all for Ray, Tronics, and the Girls Club, because we have created something really special. So, yeah.
Okay, so why don't we just start by telling us a little bit about your story?
Yeah. So I'm from Perth, West Australia, which
SAR
is
Australia.
Yeah.
Shout out,
Australia.
What's up, Australia? AKA the Aussie doll. That's what they call me. Perth, West Australia is the most isolated city in the world. So it's basically on the west, and everything else you would have heard about is on the east. So growing up in Perth, West Australia, it's kind of like a beach town and a mining town. City, sorry. Want to get my words right. And my experience as being trans dated back to, and I know this is controversial and people are going to be like, when I say it, but the first verbalization of me feeling trans was when I was 4. And my mum told me this when I got older, because I'd verbalized to her basically that I was comparing myself to my older sister, and because I have an older sister and 2 younger now. And just feelings and displaying certain things. And I won't obviously get into every detail because I'll try to summarize, but basically growing up in Perth, it was an experience that I had to take on alone. My parents and family were kind of from the country, West Australia, and had no idea about anything to do with trans or the LGBTQ. And we've got to remember, because this was 20 years ago, and in Australia, the journey was completely on my own back. So everything that I felt and resonated with, it was up to me to do the research. Everything that I'd seen on the TV was sensationalized and kind of crazy. And we all know, the viewers listening, what I'm talking about, the misrepresentations and things like that. So yeah, it was a very lonely journey. You only have to talk to someone in the community to know that I was a trailblazer for what I did, because I was literally basically the only one for a while doing what I was doing. And yeah, life's been a journey since then, and it still is.
And now, were your parents together?
My parents divorced at the age of 6, and then my mum remarried. So did my dad. So I've always had like a biological mother and father and 2-step parents.
Smash them likes, y'all. Listen to that boy Lifted. You hear me? Smash them likes, y'all, please and thank you.
And how did your parents deal with you? I guess the first question is, when did you first communicate your feelings about your identity, and how did your parents respond to it?
Them feet is crazy.
So this, and obviously I say this is according to what my mum.
She got a head like O.J. Simpson, gang.
Later told, because to be honest, I don't remember when I was 4. I only have like vivid memories, maybe from 5, 6 up. But basically what it would be is, me and my mum were always particularly really close. I just was, always gravitated towards my mum, and my mum's, just everything to me. And she would say that she would just, notice like certain things that were different to the other kids. And when I'd vocalized to her how I felt, and that I kept comparing myself to Ashton, and I that's my older sister, and would talk like even about genitalia, which obviously I didn't understand at that time, but I even physically did things to myself that made no sense kind of like to her in comparison to why I wasn't like my sister when we'd have bath time and things like that. So that was the first verbalization. And then as
Hey, shout out to the chat. Everybody in the chat, hey, I appreciate y'all. Look, this the thing, right? I'm doing new things, right? And I'm not talking about the year in the means. I'm saying, you feel me, this different kind of content. I thought this conversation was going to be interesting, and I'm pretty sure that y'all will find it interesting too. Yes, homie has big feet. Yes, homie's head look like OJ Simpson. Yes, Ray J is GPS now. You know what I'm saying? This is just some things that I'm noticing. I just want you know what I'm saying? I'm just doing my 1-2, that's all. Shout out to the chat, smash them likes. I appreciate all y'all for kicking with me, for real.
I got older, it just got stronger because I was able to verbalize things more. But the interesting thing was, and once again, this is only my experience, and I'm just speaking today from a personal experience of being trans, when I was being really out there with my vocalizations about being trans, all of a sudden when I had realized in school that it wasn't appropriate to be saying those things and it wasn't normal and it was weird or I could be bullied for it, I completely went the opposite and I never brought it up again. Okay. So that was kind of like late primary to full high school. It was never a topic to my family ever again until I graduated.
Okay, so a couple of things that I'd like to ask as a follow-up. You answered how your mother felt about it. How did your father feel about it? Because I do think it is relevant that your parents separated when you were 6.
Yeah, for sure. And they obviously separated for their own reasons. My mother explained to me years later when I had the maturity that they got a divorce based on just a complete lack of compatibility, you know, and people got married then just kind of because they had to and popped out a few kids. So they knew that when they divorced that they had to do the best for us. My dad this is what I like to explain to a lot of people, because a lot of people that see men with their LGBTQ children have kind of a femininity to them or they act in a certain way. My dad is a very staunch Australian. If you've watched Crocodile Dundee, that's the kind of vibe he is. Yeah, like shout out to my dad. He's known as Whitey, the football player in Bunbury. Very, you know, just that alpha male. And the thing is for because I'm going to be honest today, obviously, just to get the story right. Obviously, my dad struggled with it more than my mum. But what later on came in the years, like later on when we conversed, was my dad said his issue was it was never accepting and understanding because he could see it with his own eyes my whole life, but it was the communication that he lacked on. So he couldn't talk to me how my mum could.
Hey, salute everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all. King Buck in the building. Salute, gang. I see you. I see you. I see you. BC, I see you in the building. Salute, salute.
And this is a last follow-up question regarding your father. When they got separated when you were 6 years old, was he involved in your life?
Yeah, they went straight to legal, what's the word? Legal.
Why you ask Ray J what's the word? What's the word? Ray J like, I don't know. The fuck?
Not maintenance.
Where you have to,
like the rights of...
you get 3 days and 2 days, yeah.
Sorry, I can't think of the word. But yeah, they basically did it straight away, that it was by the book. My dad had us every...
That's weird. Don't nobody know what it is? That's weird.
Weekend, and my mum had full custody for school hours and things like that.
Okay. So Ray J, I want to ask you this because you have young children, I have young children. And I'm glad, Danielle, that you were very honest about the fact that your mother told you that when you were 4, you said this and had done some things. And so she kind of says this was always there.
Yeah.
Because I have young children and I know how stupid kids are, and I say that with all love in my heart, but they say ridiculous things all the time. And one of the things that's been concerning to me is to hear so many celebrities try to, I guess, validate the stupidity of children and pretending and going, well, this must be real. Most notably what comes to mind, I believe Charlize Theron had a daughter or a son, but the story goes, one day in the bathtub, my son or daughter looked up at me and said, Mommy, I'm a girl. And that was it. That Charlize Theron then allowed her child to begin transitioning. And that to me sounds like a mental disorder that the parent is suffering for some reason. And a lot of the times I've noticed this trend that it does tend to be single women that sort of encourage this thing. So I'd like to ask you if you're...
Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
You have a son.
Mm-hmm. And a daughter.
And your son's how old?
My son's 4.
Okay. He's 4. Perfect age.
My daughter's 6.
If your son was in a bathtub and your son said anything in the bathtub, Dad, I'm a mermaid. Why would you then say, well, this must really mean that my 4-year-old toddler, who also thinks he can fly, who also thinks like Santa Claus is real and can squeeze down the chimney, why is it this thing that people go, oh, well, this must be a sign that my child's really struggling with identity?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's very early. I would say just me being a new parent.
Here come Ray J. Bush. I would say, you don't know what to say. Be real.
Right? And what's crazy about the mermaid thing, my son likes to follow his sister, right? He loves her, and whatever she does, he wants to do. Same with me back. I used to double dutch and jump rope before I, started to hang out with my friends. Just because I wanted to follow my big sister. She got a mermaid outfit. He wanted one. So I got him a mermaid.
Every nigga in the hood with a sister know how to double dutch. I'm nice. Call it what you want. I'm nice at the double dutch. I see walk in there. Ooh, look at that nigga. I'm nice. Straight up.
Wanted to be a merman because she was she was swimming with the mer. So I'm like, all right, you want to be a merman? Then cool, I'll get you one. But I didn't think of it in the sense of that yet, just because, again, they're young and they're learning things as they go, And
I wanted to piggyback off that as well, sorry to cut you off, that was like a really valid question, but I have to state that with my mom, what she did was, it wasn't a validation of really how I thought and acted on it straight away. My mom was a listener. So my mom never shut me down for the things that I'd verbalize, but as for like counseling and transition, that was done way later. And that was never to punish me, but it was always like my mum was like a soundboard, but she never pushed.
Yeah, you said,
so I think that's important.
You said you kept it quiet for...
Oh yeah, I totally internalize because you see what the world says and you're like, oh, sugar, this isn't normal, I'll just be quiet.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm trying to say...
Hey, I'm going to be real with y'all. See y'all doing it up in the chat. You feel me? I don't like politics of any kind. You know what I'm saying? People know how I feel about voting and all that. I feel the way that I feel about the things I feel about. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? If you watch my content, you know what I push. You know where my beliefs are, and it definitely ain't in no legal system. It definitely is not in no government. You know what I'm saying? So my politics is just my politics. I'm not on nobody's side of nothing. You feel me? That's just where I'm at. And please don't get this this interview right here confused for trying to like push a motive or a narrative or anything. This ain't that. You feel me? I think this is an interesting conversation. I'll be honest with y'all. Some of this shit that Candace is kicking, I feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? Some of this shit she kicking, I feel the same way. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But my politics is mine and mine alone. Now, if they line up with somebody else's, that's cool too. But you know what I'm saying? I don't knock nobody for what they into, what they believe. Nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I pride myself in, bro. I could see your side of things, still feel differently and operate differently. But it's just a respect factor. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have to have the same beliefs or nothing like that. But it's all love. Know that. You feel me? And I'm never trying to push no agenda. Not even mine. Straight up.
Here is that your mother, even now, even if you're older and you make a decision, for your mother to go back into a memory of something that every child goes through, they just say stupid stuff. They want to be mermaids.
Yeah.
They don't even understand. I mean, the first time we watched a Disney movie, my son said, I'm a princess. And I said, no, you're a prince. Right. And now you're seeing this sort of people trying to go backward. And I don't know if they're doing this out of protection or out of love and trying to pretend that they just want to validate the experience that you're having. But I don't feel I don't feel like, oh, this must be real because you said this started when I was 4.
Yeah.
The first thing that comes to my head is mommy's got some issues, right? Because it's not like your mother said this, whatever, you were a kid when you were a toddler.
Yeah.
But then I really noticed this thing when you were 18 years old and your brain develops at the age of 26 years old. So that makes me a little bit uncomfortable because I do think, and I do see this pattern of single moms. And also just what you spoke to, you said I had an older sister. This is exactly right. So my daughter is much more of a roughhouser because she's following my son, who is the oldest. So she grabs swords, she wants to fight. Now, I was a tomboy. I went through a phase where I had like, I think all girls go through this like tomboy phase, but I went through a phase when I was in 5th grade and I was acting, you know, I wanted to just play with the boys, thought the boys were having more fun. I just thank God that this wasn't fashionable at the time. And I know that you're
It definitely wasn't fashionable. Yeah.
But now
like,
it's
hello,
like parents are just like, yay, I want my kid to be different and I'm throwing them into this.
Hey, homie's feet are huge. I swear this nigga was linebacker for Dallas at one point. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I want to know big homie's history because for surely those shoulders and that helmet head is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Look how big the homie is next to Ray J. Make Ray J look like a little small thing. He already small, but it's like, golly.
I want to specify quickly on the 4. I use that specifically when I'm interviewed. Like I said before, I'm going to be really honest. And I use that because that was something that was told to me in a private moment with me and my mum when I was asking her to reflect. But that was just the start. But as you can imagine, there was many other things she started to share with me, like between us, intimate moments of things. Oh, I remember this and that. And that was because I was searching for that truth. And I'm also a very open-minded person, so I wanted to understand myself better. So I get what you're saying, but it's almost like I have to use that as a benchmark. But it wasn't like you said it at 4 and then like we actioned it, or you said it at 4 and then never said it again. That was just the start of what she could remember and then moved forward for years.
Yeah, but even if she's doing that post because she wants to validate the pre, it's still dishonest to me because every parent knows that toddlers just say and do ridiculous things. And so if she's validating that for you now, then my fear is that maybe your mother was validating that for you out of love the entire time. But I want to jump back into your narrative before we talk about those aspects. So you said that when you were in high school, you, I guess could just elaborate. I don't know if you were saying like you were trans or started saying some trans things and then people made you feel that you couldn't do that?
It was
or was it middle school?
Yeah, so in Australia, sorry, it's a little bit different. We have primary and high, so I'm not super sure, but we've got like grade 1 to grade 7 and then grade 8 to grade 12.
So how old?
So it would have been from like the age of 10 to like the age of 17 where I was in the moment. But I wanted to clarify that I never used the word trans growing up because I didn't have the education of what that word was. How I identified is that I felt like a female, but I just was aware that that wasn't possible at that time. That's the best way I can put it. Yeah. I was just like, I'm a girl, but unfortunately that's not matching. And that's just how that's all I can verbalize it as. But the reason why other people caught on to that is because every day of my life, people literally were like, yeah, like she, her, girl, I would cross the street and they would be like, good morning, ladies. And then everyone would laugh. Like it was this known thing that people weren't being like trans or derogatory things at school, but they were literally like, what the hell are you? Without using swear words.
So that's interesting. So why would somebody say good morning girls to you if you weren't presenting as trans?
Because that's what I'm saying. That's how feminine I was.
So you were
in
feminine.
Literally a school uniform, presenting as me, just like whatever, was perceived by the public as female.
Okay, so I believe that you can be you can act feminine. That I totally believe.
It wasn't really acting because it was.
I know some niggas who act feminine. Just throwing that out there.
Visual response, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the lollipop ladies that I'm not sure if y'all have them in America, like with the sticks, like stop, go. So it wasn't like a act of me prancing or anything. It was just the visualization.
It was real.
It was the head,
and
basically.
I've grown up, just growing up, and I've had friends who were more feminine in class than, you know, other, you know, people. So we kind of could tell, you know what I mean, even at a young age, what people wanted to be and what people liked. But I could still.
The Gaygency is real, y'all. This is a real thing. Y'all niggas like the Gaygency is crazy. No, the Gaygency is real. You gotta pay attention to what's going on around you. Again, I harken back to the 600 fight with the Ring homies. I was watching that live in Discord. I'm gonna tell you like this, right? Not gonna say too much. I ain't gonna, you know what I mean? But, you know, It was some niggas in VC talking about, ooh, look at Shorty. Look at Shorty? Where? Where is Shorty? Cause I see three brothers holding up numbers in the ring. Don't be fooled. This what's going on now. Y'all better be ahead of this shit so you know how to identify this shit. Straight up, because me, I can tell. I told everybody that night in VC, yo, them is the ring homies. I don't know what y'all looking at. You know what I'm saying? You know you could buy tits like a pair of Jordans, right? Ass and titties. Straight up. Don't be fooled. This is what's going. Golly is right, BB Skin. Golly is right. It's treacherous out here. Pay attention. Niggas out here like, this is crazy. No, this is real and it's happening in front of us. Right in front of us. This nigga Ray J just talk about, education. Nigga making up new words. Education. Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention.
I think even in liking and loving, pertaining to like the job at hand, the execution, being on time, making sure the work is done. I think that's what matters. And I think the privacy of like people's love and affection sometimes to me is TMI to the job at hand and to what we are and what we're all trying to accomplish in our goals. So,
but I guess my question is, and I'm agreeing with you, actually, we're in radical agreement here because I've gone to school and I've seen boys that are feminine.
Yeah, at a young age.
I didn't graduate with a single trans person. Those people did not decide to go trans now. Obviously, there's been an explosion of the trans agenda. They were just gay.
Yeah,
and so,
very different.
And so I would like to know, at what point did you go from just being a feminine boy to saying, no, actually, I think it's more than that.
Yeah.
And I am needing to change my life.
Yeah. So, like I stated before, it was always the internalized thought process, but just because of my intellect at the time, I didn't know the possibilities of how I could execute it. But the feelings were always there. And I guess that I was hoping when I got older, I would be able to gain more resources and more knowledge, and it could be possible to match the outside of how I was thinking. But I want to specify that there was gay people in my school, and like y'all both agreed on like feminine gays. And it's so interesting because, and these guys will probably hear this because they're still on my Facebook, but it was so interesting because even in little old Perth, Australia, they still identified and treated these gay boys in my class different to me. I was always on the outer. It was like they were the gays and I was the she. So even then, with no knowledge and no understanding, they were still being like, it's different, because these gay boys weren't like straight gays, as we call them. They were feminine gay boys, and I was the she. So like, you can imagine that if that was the perception, it was matching what I was feeling, but I just wasn't vocalizing it.
So when did you begin to vocalize that?
I vocalized it when I was 17. I was very blessed in my family that they allowed me to do grade 11 and 12 at Kingsway Christian College. I was kind of like at a point at the school that I went to that was really rough that I wanted to graduate. And my auntie and like my family were at a local church and they got me into that school, which was really prestigious and stuff. And, I could knuckle down and do my studies and graduate. And throughout that time, and especially being around like devout Christians and going to church and doing Bible study and things like that, I just knew how I felt and knew what I needed to do. So it platformed from like literally legal age. So when I graduated in Australia, it falls on you becoming 18. Yeah.
According to a recent report, Planned Parenthood continues to
I don't like her voice. I don't be liking her, but sometimes she be kicking some real shit. It is what it is. You feel me? This a little break in her interview. Shout out to King Buck for the $5 on my 40. He said the Gaygency was what WAC 100 was going to use when Batiman Saucy Santana said he was going to grape yeah, that's true. It's a real thing. That's why I'm trying to tell people. You feel me? Niggas like, this crazy. No, it's real. And it's going on. You know what I'm saying? You see the brother sitting next to Ray J right now in the interview. It's a real thing. I need y'all to smash them likes. I don't have enough likes in here, bro. On me. Look like 32. I need way more likes than that, gang. Straight up. But again, this was interesting conversation to me. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Sexy Nate pulled up. You feel me? 5 mics pulled up. All my good people, man. I like seeing y'all in here. But again, a nigga not pushing no narrative. I thought kill people. I see you, gang. That's a crazy, wild name. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But again, this was interesting to me from the one clip I saw to how it started. And I know how Candace Owens gives it up, especially about this subject. So I was just like, yo, I wanna run this. You feel me? I wanna see what they talking about. And I was right. This is a good conversation if you ask me. I'm gonna be real. You feel me? But shout out to everybody in the chat. Continue to smash them likes. I need y'all to smash them likes, bro. It's not enough likes in here, bro. I'm gonna cut this shit off.
In billions despite dwindling clients. The biggest takeaway is that Planned Parenthood is generating vast profits, including millions in taxpayer funding. With preborn, we are actively trying to steal their clientele, meaning to rescue the babies that they are attempting to kill. Preborn operates on a very slim budget, rescuing over 200 babies' lives every single day with no government funding. Preborn's network of clinics are situated in the darkest corners of the nation.
Smoking a joint. Explosion of children who think they're non-binary, they're transgendered. No matter how you estimate it, you know that there were not this many people that were struggling, and they didn't all become transgendered, and so it is part of this is becoming a contagion, social contagion. Social contagion is real, right? So if you see me smoking cigarettes, so everybody starts smoking cigarettes. I mean, that was the reason why cigarettes got popular. You put someone on a poster.
Sometimes when you hit the cigarette and you try to smoke it, you can't inhale it, so you cough.
We stomped out cigarettes. So there used to be the majority of people in America were smoking cigarettes, and it was because of advertising, right? So people were looking, the doctors were telling them it was healthy.
Smoke on the plane.
Exactly. So that used to be a thing in America. And then dial it back, they did the exact thing, the reverse marketing. And we were suddenly learning in school, everyone did the DARE program, and they kind of stomped out cigarette smoking.
With the dog.
Yeah, they kind of they stomped out cigarette smoking in America. And that's actually a joke that Europeans make. Americans don't smoke cigarettes. And so we know that advertising works. We know that you can influence behavior. And that's why I say bring back cigarettes, because now I feel that when the kids were trying to rebel against their parents when we were young, people were like...
Yo, it's wild that Ray J is even involved in this. Not trying to be funny or nothing, but it's just like, bro, what are you doing here? Don't you have some folks you could be advocating for? Like us? I'm trying to be funny or nothing, but it's like, can a nigga be advocating for us as a people? You feel me? You doing this whole haul. And shout out to them folks. You feel me? Nobody have no problems with the folks. But it's like you doing this whole haul for them. What's up, G? Why are you so invested, gang? Why are you so invested? That's all I'm going to say.
Smoking cigarettes, maybe smoking a joint. Now they're like, I'm non-binary, and kind of being sent down this pathway, which for those who really are just struggling with adolescence, there isn't really a way back. So if your child came to you at 17, Ray J, and said, I am born into the wrong body and I want to take puberty blockers, what would you say?
Well, as a parent, my kids are 4 and 6. You don't really know how you're gonna react, but
that nigga don't really know what to say because he got so much fucking business tied up with these niggas. He said, well, bro, let's answer the question. Cause you down, you all year and a million out the building. You down? Answer the question, champ. Straight up. I'm about to run that back. She like, yeah, can we throw your babies the hormone blockers? Straight up. Yeah. Talk that shit, Candace. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Nigga, look at her face. Nigga, you're with that? Look at her face right now. You cool with that shit? That's crazy.
17, Ray J, and said, I am born into the wrong body and I want to take puberty blockers, what would you say?
Well, as a parent, man, my kids are 4 and 6. You don't really know how you're gonna react, but I know for me, I want to be the parent. I want them to be able to tell me anything, like the darkest, the most complicated, like what they're really going through internally, externally. So I would be super open for super support, right? That's the kind of dad I am. Even with my son, he's 4, but there's been times where he's been around and we were shooting, whether it's a movie or something, and there was a lot of women around, and he said, Dad, I love the girls, right? And I went, okay, got it. I mean, I don't know if I should bring him in now because you're only 4, so I wouldn't do that. But hey, that's what you like right now. You came to me and said it. You even told your mom, where are the girls at, Dad, in front of moms? I said,
bro, that's not cool, bro. Like, what the fuck? That's not cool. What kind of show are you running? Ray J? That's wild. He said my 4-year-old. Like that, I ain't like the what? I don't know if I even believe that. I think he's big cap. I think he big cap. Like, what? If your son's saying that, you running a sick ass operation, gang. Talk about movies and then what movie we seen you in, gang? What music have we heard of yours? What are you talking about? Cap. Big cap.
Son. We got and so
he just wants y'all to know his boy ain't down with the year in a mean. Straight up. He wanted to be like, hey, yo, my son is not down with the year in a mean. Just know that. He said, Dad, I like the lady. Cap. Big cap.
Would just be there for them. And I think as
what a liar.
Society grows and as everybody gains more knowledge, and you have friends, right? I have friends that are straight, I have friends that are gay, I have friends that are trans, and these are my close friends. And so me personally, I don't care, but I also understand that it's for them to make the choice, not for them to be programmed into a choice that they might not be familiar with, and they're just following the trend, right? So that's where you straddle the line with everything with marketing and promo. But for me, I mean, I'm in full support of whatever my kids want to do, and
heroin.
Well, I mean, not that.
Pornography.
Not
That's
that.
not comparable.
But I'm saying,
he said,
like,
I'm in full support of whatever my kids want to do, and it is
no,
comparable.
meaning like if
I love that. See, that's that shit that I don't like, but I love it in this situation. Now she doing the spin game. Like, damn well, bro, not cool with his kids shooting heroin. Like, come on, gang. But that's that shit she do. That's why niggas don't like her. That's why niggas like her. Straight up. And again, I really don't like her voice and shit and nothing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she do a lot of critiquing of our culture that she don't do with us. That's my opinion. You feel me? But that don't mean, you know what I'm saying, some of the shit that she say is not valid. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Y'all don't gotta take my opinion.
Like, if they were doing that, please come tell me.
Yeah,
right.
So I can help you. Like, don't push me out to where you don't feel comfortable with telling your dad that you got a problem, right? So yes, I will be in full support of listening to them and helping them. So as honest as they can be, I want to be the dad to make them feel like anytime I'm going down, anytime I'm going up, whatever, I'm gonna always hit my dad and tell him what's going on.
I'd like to, I would love to say, I would love for you to comment on that, because you said it's not comparable to your kid participating in pornography, and it's not comparable to your kid doing heroin.
Right.
Why would you say that?
I just wanted to piggyback as well off the cigarette. Like, I'm giggling.
Shorty, you too big to piggyback. What is we talking about? Big homie? What's up with the homie? What's up with the homie? Homie talk about piggyback. You know goddamn well, homie. You too. What is we talking about? Homie tripping. Homie up there tripping.
my head because it's true. Like, I have to agree with you. It's like, even like in my hometown, it's just, whoa, all of a sudden everyone's a smoker. Where did that come from? So I did it kind of giggle at that point, but I want to just make it very clear. And I'm going to open up a can of worms here, because let's be honest. And I said at the start of the interview, I'm trans.
Peace to my dog, Villainy. Yes, it is. It is live, my brother.
And I'm speaking for myself. So I'm an individual. So you might be with me and be like, okay, like she's got some points, like whatever. And someone else could come across as literally crazy to you. Mm-hmm. So once again, I can only speak from my perspective, but I want...
Get them likes up, y'all. I need them likes up, please and thank you. If this is your first time to the channel, sub up to the channel. I don't hear no things. Come on, y'all.
Make it very clear that there's 2 points. So with the whole, where did all this trans and non-binary come from? We have to remember that as a society, we are forever evolving, and sometimes that's in not the best ways, let's be honest, because sometimes the world's becoming something that we wish it wasn't. Yeah. But also we were in a place of not only oppression, but where people were, it's like that silence or the gag order where you can't speak up, depending on jobs and discrimination and serving for the country, whatever it may be. So a lot of people, it's been documented that were suffering in silence, and they weren't able to do what we can now because we live in a world where it's more accepted. But to piggyback over that point,
Big bruh, I done told you about the piggybacks. Nigga, what is you talking about? Big ass feet. Talking about piggybacks, nigga. Golly. Up there looking like a whole ass grizzly bear, bro. Talk about piggybacks. The fuck?
Also want to make a statement that as a trans person myself, I'm shocked sometimes because I see all these people now that are under the trans umbrella, and I say the trans umbrella because that shocks me sometimes, where they're like, I'm trans, and I will see them in public like hiking, presenting as a boy with a beard. And I'm shook.
So you would
because
say,
it's like, that's not me.
So they're not being transparent.
I don't want to make...
So you mean there's hierarchy in the year in the main world? So you telling me she feel better, she feel like she more of a year in the mean than the other year in the means? Oh, I'm a year in the mean with big hands and big feet and an O.J. Simpson head, but the other year in the mean got a beard. That's not cool. That's not cool. That's crazy. So we got year in the mean beef. Pause. That's crazy. That's crazy. We have conflict amongst the year in the means, man. That's wild. I thought y'all supposed to be working together on a united front. But you up here all high power year in the mean, big bruh. Big bro, why you high power? Because you next to Ray J? Come on, big bro. That ain't even cool. That ain't even cool, big bro. That ain't even cool, big bro.
Make it like a physicality thing, because I know people instantly read people like me saying I've got pretty privilege, I'm passing privilege, I'm white privilege, and all these other privileges, but it's not about...
Pretty? Big bruh. Big bruh, they told you got pretty privilege, big bruh. They told you got pretty privilege, big bruh. All right, gang. All right.
That for me, what it's about is that I want people to understand that being trans, and if you truly are trans, it's a journey that should happen between you and your parents and, you know, the medical practitioner, and it shouldn't be something that's sensationalized and a circus act. It should be down to the individual, and I feel like if you hit all those points and it's meant to be, there would be less. So I can kind of agree with what you're saying in that sense, because when I sit in the room with someone else that claims trans, and I'm like looking at them like, come on, be for real.
So
But
some
now
people-
I
some
can't
people
even
are-
say that.
So some people are faking it.
Well,
It's just a social contagion, which is what I was saying. So social
Yeah.
contagions are real. And
but
actually,
I want to
Bill
specify
Maher,
on that it's a social contagion for that. I can understand what you're saying, but that's for the people that are adding on to the community that I don't feel are genuine.
I actually
feel like that's the difference.
So I would disagree with that, and I disagree virtually with Bill Maher on everything. But even he did a segment. Obviously, he's on the left. I guess he would consider himself to be an ally of the LGBTQ plus community, and he showed a map of transgenderism across the United States. And he said, well, if this is not a social contagion, can you explain to me why so many kids in LA are trans and yet kids in Ohio, and he showed it on the map, and well, that shows you it's a social contagion. Because just to bring back the session, I'll get that clip to you later where he shows the map of the trends where transgenderism is happening. And obviously in that clip, he's talking about puberty blockers. And you said you were 17, that you then realized there was something else that was going on.
She talked too fast too. When we talk about subjects like this, that's what she good at too. She good at giving you a lot of random information super fast. I noticed that about Shorty. Hey, shout out to the people who joined my website. Mr. Monk, salute to you, and my dog Grams, the real YouTube plug. Shout out to y'all, and anybody who hasn't already, go to Gvnglvnd.com. We got merch up there, and I'm about to start filling that shit up with content. There's a couple videos up there right now, but again, I'm gonna be doing all the other content that I can't really get away with on YouTube. So I'm gonna have back on Fig community, the whole Fig community world shit, Joe Budden, all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have all that over there. So y'all pull up over there. You know what I'm saying? Join the gang. You feel me? It's a bunch of different memberships. If you don't want to get a membership, at least join the club. You feel me? At least join the club. But shout out to Mr. Monk and the real YouTube plug for subbing up. I got on one of my tees right now, matter of fact. Let's see. Wow. You feel me? Little light something with the gang bear on the back. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go to the website and check that out. But shout out to everybody who's tapping in with me. Appreciate y'all.
With you, but
get them likes up.
Just speaking about the development of the human brain, your brain is literally not developed at 17 years old, right? You are not a formed person at 17. 17-year-old Ray J, 17-year-old Candace. Think about how much
I started
you
at 18. Sorry, I just wanted to specify.
You started at
17 was grade 12 for me, and then I started at 18. And in Australia, 18 is legal, not 21.
Legal and brain development are two totally different things.
For sure.
Yeah, so you can go to war, all that stuff.
But I mean,
true.
Kids are drinking at 15.
That's totally fine.
And which I don't support, by the way.
Right, but just to be clear, your brain is not fully, like the human mind is.
I want to run this segment back because she tried to do that. Bit bruh tried to do that. Well, 18 over there, sir. 18 over there is legal, sir. Like, nigga, what? Don't got nothing to do with brain development. The fuck? Sir.
18, and in Australia, 18 is legal, not...
Hunty, sir. That shit comedy. Get her. Get her, Candace.
Happening, and obviously in that clip he's talking about puberty blockers, and you said you were 17, that you then realized there was something else that was going on with you. But just speaking about the development of the human brain, your brain is literally not developed at 17 years old, right? You are not a formed person at 17. 17-year-old Ray J, 17-year-old Candace. Think about how much
I started
you
at 18.
changed.
Sorry, I just wanted to specify.
You started at
17
19.
was grade 12 for me, and then I started at 18. And in Australia, 18 is legal, not 21.
Legal
Sound like you a super senior. Oh, sound like you a super senior, gang.
and brain development are two totally different
For
things.
sure.
Yeah, so you can
for
go
sure.
to war, all that stuff.
But I mean,
true.
Kids are drinking at 15.
That's totally fine.
Which I don't support, by the way.
Right, but just to be clear, your brain is not fully, like the human mind is not fully developed until 26 years old, right?
I think the experience of the human gets better. So your experience makes you have more knowledge, right?
Right.
Doesn't mean that you aren't your greatest at 18 and 19 and 20, those are the
And
moments.
I was in full knowledge of like my thoughts and in control over that, because you have to remember to take it back.
At 18, you are not in full knowledge of your thoughts. You don't even know yourself yet. You haven't been with yourself alone enough to even know yourself. That's wild to even say. This is why people say things like pushing a narrative. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the way that they talk, the manner in which they speak. In any other instance, this wouldn't be okay. In any other instance, we act like 18 years old is not an adult. It's not a fully matured mind. In any other instance, except for this one. We make all kinds of caveats for the year and the means. Again, I don't have any problem with the year and the means. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But it's this kind of shit when you say things like that. This is what people talk about when they mean pushing narratives. And then you got goofy ass Ray J sitting up here next to Big Bruh. It's like, come on, champ. Come on, champ.
This is not a decision that I made like some random, like, oh, you know what? I want to be a girl at 17 and start at 18. To me, I'm too smart for that. That's reckless. I don't think that that's wise. Like, you've got to marinate in the decision. And that's what the advice that I give to people all the time. This is not something that you click your fingers for.
Marinate is crazy. Just crazy, babe, bruh.
Development, but for me it was just finally time because I had all of that time. And this is a lifestyle, like I told you. This was I didn't even care that other people were calling me she and her 24/7 because I knew how I felt.
But that was you like that.
Of course I did, but also embarrassment came with that because I was all, oh, you know, the kids would laugh.
When did you decide to do the full
change was at 19 and a half. I say 19 and a half, a year and a half later.
Oh,
so
really?
You went from this is my decision at 17, 18 to I'm going to go under the knife. And did you get bottom surgery?
No, that was my first surgery. I had breast augmentation. And then a few years after that, I had SRS, which is also known as being post-op trans or sex change or gender reassignment surgery. There's so many different names.
Why did you choose and as your first surgery to get breast augmentation?
To be honest, and I will be very honest about this.
Cause you knew once you do that, you knew that other one, you could take them titties away. But I don't think you could bring the year in the mean back. I don't think you could do that. That's why. Let's call a spade a spade. Okay? Let's call a spade a spade.
When I got breast augmentation, I felt like it was almost like something that I needed for a visualization of a female. Like, it's sensationalized in the sense that, oh, I want large breasts because that'll make me more beautiful. And I'm proud of myself that many years later that I can look back and kind of be like, I actually didn't need that because I had hormone breast growth of the equivalent to like a B carb, and I was actually had like great breasts.
Okay, so that's interesting. So you're at the same time that you're saying that you were able to make this mature decision to go under the knife or to recognize that you were not a male, I guess would be, I hope I'm okay. You're also admitting that you did something kind of childish, right? I mean, to say I need big boobs because I'm a girl,
being childish,
that I wouldn't do that.
Lady AD in the building. Hey, Lady AD, I see you. My nigga Instigator Cut in the building. My girl Nat Knox in the building. She said, isn't this the trans friend of Lamar Odom, Kardashian link yet? I don't know nothing about it. I'm going to be real. I don't know nothing about Big Bruh sitting up there next to Ray J. I don't know nothing about Big Bruh links to Odom. Nothing. What I knew is that this was going to be a conversation with Candace Owens. That's what I knew.
I'm an actual woman, right? So I wouldn't do that because that just sounds to me like someone who's playing dress up. Like that just sounds to me.
It's definitely not.
Like, because
it wasn't a costume.
But that is because the first thing, if you genuinely thought like this is who I am, the first thing you do is get boobs. That's to me just like this is what it means to be a girl.
Right. But we're talking about very, surgically the first thing I did.
But that to me is a costume because women have all different breast size. There are some women that are completely pancakes. So
pay attention, y'all. This is why I did this. It was for this back and forth dialogue. That's why I did this. Everybody like, why you in here? I see Tay Breeze. He said, big bro, save us now. While you got a chance, click off this. I'm not clicking off this shit. Shout out. You know what I'm saying? I got to do my 1-2. I'm trying to get off into other things. Definitely not many things. But I thought this conversation was going to be exactly what it is right here. You feel me? We don't really see conversations like this or they don't get publicized. You feel me? And I know that a lot of us fathers feel a way about all this stuff when you raising men. You know what I'm saying? You raising men and they're trying to push this and push that in the schools. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what y'all are paying attention to out there, but it's some shit going on, bro. And again, it's nothing against nobody, but it's shit going on right now. And people is taking things into their own hands. A lot of these conversations, I'll be honest with you, shouldn't even be had with schools and shit. But they're taking it upon themselves. And if you're not in your kids' lessons, you're not in your kids' life like that, you're not participating with the school, you wouldn't be the wiser of this shit. This is the kind of shit that they're pushing. You know what I'm saying? And I know that there's a group of people out there who, you know what I'm saying, they not with that kind of stuff. And they have real articulate ways of explaining why they don't like it, backed by different statistics and everything else. And again, I don't always agree with Candace Owens, but she's one of those people. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I thought that this was interesting. That's why we're doing this. Again, I'm trying to get on some other shit. You feel me? And I hope y'all respect that. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't Brick Baby nodding off and Kiwi Head. I mean, we know what them niggas do anyway. It's the same thing over and over, respectfully. And, you know, I will continue to do it up. I know niggas like that shit, but I be interested in hearing a lot of different shit. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to rock with me. You know what I'm saying?
That's
very
surgically the first thing I did.
But that to me is a costume, because women have all different breast size. There are some women that are completely pancakes, some women that have huge boobs.
I don't think it's okay to say pancakes. And Ray J has the biggest breast in the room. Pay attention.
New song called Titty for Me. So, no, it's all
but that's why I take ownership over the fact that what I'm saying is not being a costume and not copying anyone or anything like that. It was a decision made by me that I thought I needed, and it wasn't any deep regret. It was just later on I was like, I just don't need that size because I knew I needed. But the thing is, we have to be specific that my own friends that are born female have the same thing. Like my best friend literally hates her implants, but she's not a costume.
No, but she's doing that for a different reason.
Hey, salute, Tay. I appreciate that. He said, I'm not listening to none of this shit. I'm just here for my dog. Hey, and I appreciate that too. You feel me? I appreciate that too. Salute the chat.
This kind of gets to my point. You said that after, and I want to slow this down because I'm making a point that I'd like you to understand. You said that once you realized that you were a female, you felt that you were a female and you were in the wrong body, the first thing you did was do something that does not make someone a female, right? That you just were like, I'm going to get boobs. So that to me shows a tremendous immaturity, right? Now, when other women do this, they're just like, I want to look like Kim Kardashian. This is a trend. Da, da, da,
but why am
But they're not doing it because they're going, I'm not a woman. Do you get what I'm saying?
But it is though, because my best friend literally got implants because she, and I quote, she was like, I feel like a boy because I've got no boobs.
Some women want bigger breasts, and some people like I don't mind little breasts or big breasts, but women want to go
get. And that's what they say.
Right, but they're doing that because it's. But you're saying masculinity and femininity are two different things.
Right.
They don't attach it to whether or not they are in fact they would never go to the doctor and say, if I don't get these boobs, I'm a male.
No, but I didn't think that. I was talking about aesthetically pleasing. That was my point.
But that
oh my gosh, I love that.
The breast.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like
that's fine. I just want to say this. That to me is to me that's a costume, and that's why I call, and this is why I feel that it's woman face. It's an idea. It's like this is what I believe women are because I'm scrolling through and I'm giving them.
Woman face is crazy, Candace. Like, what? Woman face is crazy. It's a few women in here. It's more than a few women in here. Let me know how y'all feel about this. Is this woman face? I often ask women these questions. How do y'all feel about, you know what I'm saying, the year and the means, you know, being given what they are, saying that they are women. You know what I'm saying? I seen a Tampax commercial with a year and a mean. Somebody sent this to me. They said, yo, this is a real commercial. It was a real commercial. And it was a whole sponsorship backing that Tampax had with the year and a mean. How? You know what I mean? I feel like I be having a lot of feelings about this stuff, right? Especially when it comes to like the women's side of it. But it's like, what do the women have to say about this? Because I don't see too much commentary where women are talking about, yo, I don't think that this is okay. I don't, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, how do women feel? Do it up in the chat. Let me know how y'all feel about this. You know what I'm saying? Woman face. That's crazy. Woman face is crazy.
Modern example, obviously, Instagram was not around when you were doing this. I'm scrolling through Instagram, and I think that the hottest girl on Instagram is Sophia Richie. So what do I have to do to look like Sophia Richie, and that's going to make me a woman? That to me is woman face, right? That doesn't make, so yes, you're saying there's aesthetics to it, and that is the reason why you will see women all across LA.
Exactly.
It's like standard practice.
For me, it was
they will get there. It's the aesthetic.
Different
of it.
countries different things too.
Exactly. For me, once again, because I can only speak from a personal point of view, it was the aesthetic of it. Just like my girlfriend, like I stated, that's how she felt as a born female. But the costume for me, because you're using that, and that is something that gets thrown around in our community, I want to specify how I see the costume, because I actually agree with that terminology, and I hate when people treat being trans like a costume, because they do it, but it's just not in that scenario. A costume to me is how I specified before, where people are going around saying I'm trans and they want to reap the benefits of being a trans, let's say, activist, or getting jobs as a trans spokesperson, whatever it may be. And then you see them at the corner store and it's like literally like, whoa, did you detransition overnight? That's what I see as a costume.
So they went back to being...
Well, it's just what she said. It can be a costume, but for me, this isn't a costume. I can't rip it all off. I know I'm in glam now because I love glam, and, you know, I like to feel and look good, smell good, whatever. But at home, no makeup on, hair up in a bun, is giving woman, is giving what it is.
Okay, so
it's not a costume for
You
me.
genuinely believe that you're a woman?
100%. Do I think I'm a born female biological woman? Absolutely not. I'm a trans woman, and I'm well aware that I'm not a...
I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta run that back. She asked her, like, so, like, you serious, big bruh?
You genuinely believe that you're a woman?
100%. Do I think I'm a born female biological woman? Absolutely not. I'm a trans woman, and I'm well aware that I'm not a biological woman. And I want to make that statement very loud.
That's a good...
Because that's where it gets crossed, and where I think trans people need to come to the table is understanding that and letting biological women know that we're well aware we're trans women. And if people are out there saying anything otherwise, that's something that I don't want to back.
Right?
Because
so now we're bridging the gaps.
Right.
Now we're bridging the gap, Candace.
Yeah. I'm well aware of who I am and what I am.
Do you, Ray J, believe that Danielle is a woman?
Yes. I've never once, even every time we talk, I've always said, Danielle, that's what it is. Like, and all of my friends that are in the community.
Let me find out this nigga hit it first. Ooh. Let me find out this nigga hit it first.
I mean, we have a whole Gaygency, right? Shout out to Tarad and Dumpin' D. It's the full Gaygency, right? And then we have the...
Who the fuck is Dumpin' D, gang? Who the fuck is Dumpin' D? Come on. Pause. The fuck? Who is that? This nigga is out his motherfucking mind. Hell no. Shout out Dumpin' D. Whoa! My nigga? That's crazy.
And all of my friends that are in the community, I mean, we have a whole Gaygency, right? Shout out to Tarad and Dumpin' D. It's the full Gaygency, right? And then we have the girls club, right? So there's different layers and different things that people like to do in their world that they like to be outside of work. But when we all come to work, everybody's on time, everybody's on point. What happens after work? I mean, it ain't... You know what I'm saying? I could only imagine what some of my other friends do. Some of my boom operators and camera guys, they real freaks, right? So who knows what they doing? Oh. All I know is that when we did the girls club, We shot it in Agora Hills.
Yeah.
It was a lot of intense drama. You know, everybody was trying to tell their story, so it got really dramatic, and it was a lot of like physical altercation. So we had to call another security team in. Security team got there, and the security team ended up falling in love with all the girls there. So they never left. So the security team would hang out with the girls.
Shame on your security team. They need to be fired.
Girls after the set, and when it was 8 o'clock call time, they just got out the bed and went to work.
We know what they was securing. We know what they was securing. Fired. Fired. Fired.
Got dressed, right? Because everybody started locking in. And that showed me that, you know, it's, you know, people after work and people in their own time is going to love doing what they do.
So I just want to be clear. Danielle, I think you're a very kind person. You're a very open person. I'm just so happy that you're willing to have this discussion. But Ray J, when you say that you believe.
And shout out to the security team.
You believe that Danielle is a woman. You believe that I am a woman.
I believe, like she said,
Yeah.
she's a trans woman.
Okay.
And she made it very clear that they understand the difference. But if someone
what is the difference? That's what I'd like you to answer, Ray J. Ray J.
What is the difference? Well, I would say what's the difference is what you have. Like what's on you. You know what I mean?
This nigga's bang.
And there is really.
I gotta run this back because this is good. I don't know who fuck with it, who don't, whatever. This is good to me. This is good dialogue. I like this because sometimes niggas need to look stupid. Sometimes you need to see that the shit that you're saying is stupid. Straight up. Shout out Gangland Pharaoh in the building. That's my dog. You hear me? Go sub up to his channel. He got all the sci-fi, aliens, all that conspiracy theories. It's going up. It's crazy over there. For real. Lady AD said, Transformer, Decepticon, Optimus Prime. I'm just saying. And Candace washing shit. I don't know how niggas feel about Candace Owens, but she's washing shit right now. Wes Adams said, Ray J is out of pocket. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, he is. He is out of pocket. And I don't know who he has to answer to. What organization he's part of. But I'm sure they knew what was going on too. Straight up. The fuck? Straight up. Ain't no way a nigga got something called the Gaygency and the Bloods don't know about it. Your blood partners don't know about it. Sorry. Sorry. That's wild. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Smash them likes though. Too blown in the building. I see you, gang. This is wild because you look, Candace is cooking though. Pay attention.
Security team.
You believe that Danielle is a woman. You believe that I am a woman.
I believe, like she said,
Yeah.
she's a trans woman.
Okay.
And she made it very clear that they understand the difference. But if
what
someone
is the difference? That's what I'd like you to answer, Ray J. Ray J.
What is the difference?
She looking at that nigga like, boo, you better do this right. Look, hold on. Look at how she looking. You better do this the right way, boo. I'm telling you, you better do it, boo. That's crazy. Don't gaze at me, gang. Bit bruh. Bit bruh. Turn that shit down, bit bruh. We doing a whole interview. Turn that shit down, bit bruh. That's crazy. Ain't no fucking way.
Well, I would say what's the difference is what you have. Like what's on you. You know what I mean? And there is really no difference but what your preference is outside of work, outside of us coming together and doing what we need to do to finish the goal at hand.
No, but what is the difference between me and Danielle?
Nigga.
She's a trans woman and you're a
And the biology.
biological woman. Is that the word? Yeah, because I'm educating.
Bit bruh still answered the question for him. Biologically. Ray J biologically. Bit, bruh, still answered the question for him. Egregious.
Biological woman, is that the word? Yeah, because I'm getting educated every day on it, right?
Right, absolutely.
Educated. Ray J, educated.
But you're getting educated on speech rather than being educated on what you know to be right and wrong.
Well, no, I know. Well, not right and wrong. I just know what's the difference.
So if you have to differentiate, and I'm glad that you are, because I do think that that's much more respectful than where a lot of people are coming from, who self-identify as transgendered. But if you have to delineate, if you have to say, I'm a trans woman and Candace is a woman, then that necessarily means that we are not the same, right? We are something different.
I think everybody is different. Every human is different. Nobody's the same.
Yeah, I agree.
Nobody's
and I
the
feel
same.
like even I wanted to double.
I agree. Of course you agree. Ray J, what's going on, big bruh? What's going on? You looking crazy up here. Candace, all Terrence Thornton. Terrence Crawford. Whooping feet. That's what Candace doing up here. Whooping feet. You looking crazy. Ray J, they calling you Ray Gay. They calling you Ray Gay out in the streets. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit not one bit, but that's what they calling you.
On that point is with intersex, let's be honest, a lot of people just back in the day used to say hermaphrodite, and now it's known as intersex. Hermaphrodite, and then now grammatically correct is intersex.
Grammatically correct?
Yeah, and I'm learning too, mind you, because I had to learn what intersex
because
was.
hermaphrodite is when
you're born with basically both organs or XY chromosomes mixed and things like that. So it's not just I'm going to take a hormone, it's actually the way you're born.
So what does that mean?
So that basically it makes the topic of trans actually more complex, because a lot of people now that are intersex identify under the trans umbrella. So it can get very tricky in conversation, because one point I wanted to make is that I have often wondered, and maybe we could film this one day, because I actually don't know, but my family have actually pulled me aside.
Film this one day. You can't say things like that, bit, bruh. Maybe we can film things.
And said based on, the way I look, moving my whole journey, that they wanted to get a test to see if I was actually intersex, because it would make more sense with my whole journey, the way I look and the way that my life has unfolded. But it's a very expensive test from what I've heard, and I never had that done. Yeah.
The bussy gotta be good is crazy. What? Shout out Deji in the chat. She said the bussy gotta be good because Ray J tweaking. Oh my God.
So that's what...
And to be clear...
Yeah, and that's when it does start to change, because as you can imagine, and even from a religious standpoint, because I've had this conversation with Christian women before, does that then make it different because it's actually is how you're born versus a lot of people saying it's a choice?
Yes.
But like, Candace, we might be missing a chromosome. Like there might be you know what I'm saying? There might be one chromosome missing in certain humans that we ain't paying attention to. That's why we bridging the gap today.
All right, guys, some exciting news. We just launched our new store on Sticker.
And some people can be...
Head to stickermule.com/Candace. Go check it out right now.
So to be clear, it is plausible, very, very, very small minority of people who are literally born hermaphrodites.
Yeah,
You're
it's
correct.
a small percentage.
That is considered a genetic anomaly, right? So something goes wrong and you can be born with two parts. That something has gone wrong.
But why can't it just be right for that person?
Yeah, because I feel like wrong is...
Well, genetic anomalies happen. Like if everything goes right...
Like if me and her was attached together, are we wrong?
See, I feel like...
that is also something... When something goes wrong, this is why like Siamese twins, and they have to have these surgeries, and their organs can be mixed, and it's a risk.
I don't think wrong is the right word.
Something goes wrong when somebody is born intersex.
Why is it wrong? Because
it's like...
But we all believe... believe. Yeah, we all believe that
I
God
seen a
created
snake and it had
us.
2 heads.
But I feel like that could also
Or a cow,
be
it had
that's
2 heads
God's
together.
creation. Because
I'm not saying the person being alive is wrong. I am saying that genetically speaking, there are tons of things that can go wrong. It's like, you know, people, when something happens because of who you're married to and your genes are lining up in a different way, and some people can be born
Special.
Yeah.
blind in one eye.
Yeah.
This, you know, there are tons of things.
One of my dogs was blind, but he was moving
people
around.
People are born different.
He was biting people.
Okay, but
you know.
that is not.
Yo, this nigga raging. This nigga said, like my dog, it was born blind. Like he was moving around. He was biting people. Like this nigga would turn anything to an episode of Love and Hip Hop. Pay attention. That's crazy.
Intersex is not transgenderism, because transgenderism, everything has gone just right. And at some point in that person's life, they just make a decision to say that I want to start living as this opposite sex that I was not born as. And that is why I say this is a mental disorder, okay? I don't view an intersex person as having a mental disorder.
But I
view a transgendered individual as having a mental disorder. And I'll ask you a question. Is Rachel Dolezal black?
Pardon?
Is Rachel Dolezal black? Rachel Dolezal, if you're not familiar, is the woman who was wearing dark makeup and was leading the NAACP, had grown her hair out kinky into an afro, and then it turned out that her parents spoke out, and she's basically as white as they come, and she just was dressing every day as a black person.
Hey, do y'all remember this lady? But if you don't know, look her up. This chick had rose up in the NAACP and everything, and she was just a white woman. She used to wear individual braids and shit. Bro, it's a trip. I remember when all this shit came out, that shit was wild, and it was just, she was like basically talking about like how she identified when they finally found her parents, like regular white parents. Like she's just a white girl. It's crazy.
And passing as black and leading the NAACP.
Yeah.
And everyone
leading the NAACP in blackface is atrocious work. I want to let you know something. This is atrocious work on Shorty's part, and this is atrocious work on the part of the NAACP. I'm just saying, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I don't know her, so I don't want to comment on that.
No, I want you to comment because
she was just
very simple.
I feel like I know what.
So she was just wearing makeup.
Yes,
I feel like that's inappropriate, and I feel like going back to what you said before, that is a perfect example of costuming.
Okay, well,
because that
seems very unfair, and it feels judgmental. Because to me, if you're going to say that you felt that despite the fact that you were born a male, that you felt on the inside that you were something else, and then you went through steps to present as that something else. Right. And then when I say, what about Rachel Dolezal? Yeah. Rachel Dolezal says that she felt her whole life that she was born in the wrong skin color, and that these weren't really her parents, and like she was black. And so she started presenting as black. I just don't see how you can be ideologically
Where is Candace Owens wrong in what she's saying? Where is Candace Owens wrong? Again, you got to think about like biology and everything like that, right? When you test these different people, things like that, right? They have no difference in their blood work, anything going on in their body. It's nothing that identifies this as, oh, this is why this is going on. Pay attention. It's no difference from the, you know what I mean, to a dude up the street. It's all the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention. Pay attention.
Consistent, because no one will accept Rachel Dolezal because that's blackface. How could you say this? But you're sitting here like, well, I demand that I get, like, you know, that, like, and I'm saying you as the larger community, because I don't think you're being demanding at all.
Yeah.
In this moment, but it's just, do you see the hypocrisy of saying that a woman can't just, like, why can't a white girl say she's black?
I get what you're saying, and I see how people would compare that. But my thing is, once again, is when we want to have conversations about things, it's never just an umbrella. And that's why when I hate when people say that, it has to be down to the individual. So as a as a mature, smart lady, and you're telling me this and I'm comprehending that, I'm already understanding it for what it is. And that's why every case is different, because that's no different than someone.
It's a very easy question. Is Rachel Dolezal black?
But you know what? I watched something on, I think, Fox, and it was, they asked a transgender guy about it, and he was stuck on the question when they said, if I said I was black, I think Pierce Morgan said it, and he said, if I say I'm black, do you consider me black? And
I heard that.
I said that to
interview,
you.
yeah.
He was stuck, and he didn't know what to say,
because he didn't want to get it wrong.
Because I think that it's tricky now with race and gender, right?
Not tricky.
It's and I think that, but here's the thing. The fact that that question kind of stops the answers from flowing, because we need to elaborate more on that. We need to figure out how to really understand that question.
Yeah, well,
because that's being.
Ray J is so good. I'm gonna just tell you. I don't know why she even did this. Well, I know why, because she wanted the whoop feet. That's why Candace did this. She wanted the whoop feet, like she's doing, right? But Ray J just said a whole bunch of nothing. Respectfully. A whole bunch of nothing. And shout out to whatever he's selling, because he's promoting or selling something. I don't know if it's the Robotniks Network or it's the damn You're in the Main show on the Robotniks Network or whatever, but whatever he's selling, touche, brother. Touche.
Asked, and it kind of shuts everything.
But there's a reason it shuts everything down, because it's not a tricky question. Like literally in 4 seconds, Rachel Dolezal said that she was black, that she lived this way. She had a great job at the NAACP fighting for black causes. Suddenly her parents speak out. Everyone can see that her parents are very white. And then they showed a picture of Rachel Dolezal. It turns out this is like a blonde-haired Scottish girl. I mean,
what if she was around black people for all her life?
Well, that's my point, right?
What if she was around black people for her whole life? Ray J? The fuck do that even mean, bro? This is what I'm talking about. This is why you got to pay attention to what's going on around you. Because this is what they trying to do, and they trying to take people. This is the thing. Everybody want to make jokes. Cool. That's funny, right? But they taking people like Ray J. People who the culture fuck with. You can say what you want to say about it. This, that, and the other. That's cool, bro. He's a joke. This, that, and the other. It's cool. Ray J's paid. Ray J has influence, whether you believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? And they take people like this and use them. They take people like this and use them and try to smooth this kind of shit over to where it's like, oh, Ray J does it. Pay attention, man. This is crazy how far he's gone. I've never seen him speak on anything having to do with us with such passion. You know what I mean? It's like I said, no disrespect to the You're in the Means. But this is the type of shit that goes through my head watching him do this. You feel me? Shame on him. Shame on him.
So, and the reason why you guys are struggling to answer this is because what it does is it presents.
I'm not struggling to answer it.
Yeah, you said Rachel Dolezal is not black.
Yeah, she's not black, and also
so
I feel like
Dolezal
it's costume.
But if she said she was black, she's black.
Yeah, okay.
And would I disrespect
Just like if I want to be called Killer Poom Poom,
So
y'all got to call me the name I want.
At least you're being consistent. You're not being consistent. So at least you're saying that, yes, any person can just say whatever they are, and we have to accept it if they feel deep down.
I'm sorry, Killer Poom Poom is crazy. Like, this nigga's out of his mind.
They went through middle school and they felt that they were black, and we have to suddenly pretend.
I'm not saying that I would disrespect her for saying, like, I wouldn't be like, you're not, because to be honest, that's got nothing to do with me. But if you ask the question, it is costumey. And that's going back to what we said before, which is a major issue, is that the lines get blurred because of being a costume, and trans is not a costume. It's not a cloak. When I take this off, is that, but the thing is, once again, it still comes down to the individual scenario, and that is what it is. Because I want to say that the thing that I get thrown at me all the time, which people obviously think hurts me and it doesn't, it's laughable, is people are like, okay, you say you're trans, well, I'm a unicorn or I'm a cloud. I mean, it's ridiculous. How is it comparable?
Well,
I'm like, okay.
We do currently have children that are saying that they are trans species, so that's a reality. There are kids that are saying that they're cats, that they're dogs.
That we have to respect that.
At least you're being ideologically consistent. At least you're being consistent.
Because
and that's fair. Like, I'm not saying he's wrong.
Because
but you said Rachel Dolezal wasn't black.
Because but what I'm saying is what
we're living like we are living in a society where we have rules and regulations, right? And we have government. We go to jail when we do wrong, right? So it isn't the wild, wild west.
Tell us about
so
our
there's
society,
things that
Ray
get
J.
better and people get more honest. And then there's also people who abuse the honesty because now it's changing into something that's like the end thing. There's people who are really in it for real, and then there's people who are just kind of imitators.
Yeah, imitators.
But you're not an imitator. Like, you went through the whole thing.
Exactly. And I know who I am, and it's not a joke and it's not a costume. And I wanted to double back on something really important. And obviously, it's your opinion, so I don't even want to be disrespectful on it. But I know a lot of times you've stated that you know, being transgender, because I don't like the word transgenderism, is a mental disorder. But you know, the APA states that it's not a mental disorder at all. And they're psychiatrists. They're trained psychiatrists. And I knew you probably knew I'd bring this up. But, you know, the APA states that it's not a mental disorder at all. So that's the American Psychiatric Association and also the World Health Order. And what they state is that it's actually just obviously gender dysphoria. And then the description from gender dysphoria is the feeling of distress from gender dysphoria. But then the interesting thing about this, and I want to bring this to you because this is, you know, I know that's your statement and that's mine. But what's interesting even about that, to show how everyone is so unique, is I don't even have gender dysphoria anymore because I don't ever feel or walk around feeling like a guy. So see how it's
like gender dysphoria.
So gender dysphoria.
So we're all getting educated.
So gender dysphoria is when trans people feel dysphoric about like their gender. So in the sense of a trans woman being like, oh my God, I feel, you know, manly today. I feel like a guy. I feel like blah, blah, blah. And it brings them down. And that's what causes feelings of distress. And that's why it's not considered a disorder, because it's a feeling of anxiety about that thing about you. But for me to double on that, I'm like, but I don't wake up and ever see a guy feel like a guy, so I don't have gender dysphoria. So everything and every individual is different, and that's why I'll always preach that point. But it's not a disorder. I don't have a mental disorder. Like, I don't even think about this on a day-to-day basis, but I am willing to come to the forefront and speak about trans rights and transness because I am. But I always want to show people worldwide that you can clearly see we're all different and we have different backgrounds.
Like, I wish some of the guys that you know, that are like in love and infatuated in this relationship, I wish they would come out and be like, yo, this is what it is. Because some of them are my friends. And I'm like, whenever you feel like it, but you not wrong. And I'm not going to say nothing to none of the homies, but y'all got to speak up too and just come out and love and hug.
Trans love is that like a zero.
And show the compatibility with what y'all like and what's going on in the real world.
Yeah. So I just want to go way back because there's...
No, we're not going to go way back. So are you telling me right now that Ray J just lightweight out at the homies? Are you telling me that Ray J just lightweight outed the homies? Hey, y'all with the thing. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all, you want you just come on over and just let everybody... What? Some of the homies, I don't want to say no names. That's crazy. This your friend? I don't want to do, bro. This your friend? He's a bomb. That's crazy. I'm going to run that back. He just outed the homies. Looking into the camera, look at him. He cold. I know y'all be out here doing y'all work. Find out who the homies are. Find out who the homies are. No, I'm just playing. I ain't trying to do nobody like that, straight up. But that's crazy that he would do this right now.
Yo, this is what it is. Because some of them are my friends. And I'm like, whenever you feel like it, but you not wrong. And I'm not gonna say nothing to none of the homies, but y'all gotta speak up too and just come out and love and hug
Trans
and
love is that like a
and
zero
and
at the
show
moment?
the compatibility
Yeah.
with what y'all like and what's going on in the real world.
Yeah. So I just want to go way back because
Wow, they say that this shit is running rampant. We just don't know about it. If you don't know, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? But that's crazy. The homies, huh? The homies? That's crazy.
do feel there was this intentional speeding through the Rachel Dolezal point before we get to the psychological, which there's a reason why the APA, which is in charge of psychology, is even commenting on this issue because they know that it's a psychiatric issue or they wouldn't have to comment on it. So Rachel Dolezal, I want to go back to that because this is a very important point, and I do feel you're pedaling past because you realize this. It's
I know who
this
that
is
is. I don't know.
This is how.
Back
Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Let's say any individual.
Yeah.
This is an individual who is committed and living as a Black person when in fact they were born with parents that are whiter than snow.
So nobody was Black.
No, nobody, not even a
similar,
drop
I think,
of,
yeah.
not even like.
Ancestry didn't say
I'm
nowhere
pretty sure
in.
I've seen this on like Botched or something.
A Spanish song probably never got listened to a Spanish song. There's not even a drop.
I know among the lines of what you're talking about because I think I've seen it on Botched or whatever. Instantly said, and have held to the point that Rachel Dolezal is not a Black person. So if Rachel Dolezal is not a Black person but believes that she is a Black person on the inside, what is Rachel Dolezal suffering from? So for me personally, like I will say once again, because I don't know her story, but based on what you're telling me, I will go back to the point every time that what it sounds like is that she's costuming. That's what it is to me. If Rachel believes she's Black, that's not only not my place to comment on. I don't know that girl, so it doesn't bother me. But if someone doesn't believe in what she's doing is right, if it's publicized or whatever, that's their opinion. But do I think that she has a mental disorder? My answer is, who am I to even comment on that? Because I'm not a psychologist.
Let me just finish.
I have no idea.
Okay. I agree with you about Rachel Dolezal. She is costuming.
Right.
But does she have a mental disorder?
Yeah.
If you are living your life as something that you are not, and you believe inside of you that you are this, she's not hurting anybody, but she is suffering from a mental disorder. Okay. And now this is where things get tricky. So you and Rachel Dolezal are actually embodying the exact same thing, right? Both of you believe.
Please don't put me in that box.
But that anybody watching this is going, this is a very valid point. Both of you believe that you are something that you are not, and you have gone through extremities to live as something that you are not. You're not, but this is a costume, and that's my point. Everything you are saying to Rachel Dolezal, you could say to yourself, right? Rachel Dolezal could share a story. Let me just get this out. Rachel Dolezal could share a story and say, from the time I was a kid when I was 4, my mom looked down at me and said that you were showing characteristics of being Black. And then when I was in school, everyone was like, Rachel.
Shout out Lefty for the $4.99 on my 40. She said, sorry, I've been MIA. I missed you anyway. That boy is projecting. Come out the closet already, Ray J. That's how a lot of people are feeling. I ain't gonna lie. You right, Niem, homie. You right. She whooping feet. Yeah, she whooping feet. And I knew that this was going to be good. And I'm glad that, you know what I'm saying, a few of y'all in there understand what's going on here. I feel like this, why nobody talking about this? You know what I'm saying? This is interesting to me. You feel me? And she's whooping feet and she's doing it in a intelligent way too. It's like, I'll be honest, niggas be like, oh, you Malcolm X and you just I'm not the smartest nigga at all. You know what I'm saying? But I know where to go to for certain things. You get what I'm saying? Straight up. And it's like, I don't always know how to articulate certain points, in a manner where everybody gonna understand them. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, she's really good with these words. She has the statistics and everything to back this shit up. So I was like, I know that this gonna be fire. I knew it, bro. Straight up. Shout out to everybody out there. Smash them likes for me. Smash them likes. Appreciate y'all.
Kind of like.
Shout out Lefty for that $4.99 again. Salute.
One of the Black
she was kind of thick too, right?
Yeah, Rachel was kind of thick.
That's what I'm saying. I remember. No, I do. I like, okay.
You gotta, you seem like a Black girl.
I remember.
And then next thing you know, Rachel at 17 years old was going to Christian school and was like, you know what? I'm ready to do the first thing. And so Rachel Rachel went and got her hair cornrowed.
So she said she was mixed.
She got her hair cornrowed.
She just
She said
didn't
she was
like
mixed?
me.
No, and then she started wearing the makeup, getting tanned, all this stuff. And then next thing you know, Rachel Dolezal fully believed.
Right.
And so I'm out here like, justice for Rachel Dolezal, because if you're out here saying that you're a woman, then Rachel Dolezal has every right to be a black person.
And that's a fact. But you know what I'm saying? People don't like to hear that. But that's a fact, bro. If you can walk around and do this, and again, I'm a male saying this. Right? It's like a nigga can't feel more passionate about y'all and y'all womanhood than y'all do. I'm going to be real. It's like niggas don't like Candace Owens, but she says things like this. I don't agree with all her policies. I don't agree with all the shit she be kicking. I don't. But I agree with this, and I've often felt this way with women. Like, yo, how do y'all feel? I be wanting real responses from women. Yo, how do you feel about this? You know what I get a lot of times? Women like, yo, I don't really care. They're like, I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? Salute Reek Money in the building. Shout out all my good people. Reg Dog, I see you. BB Skin, Lefty, The Empire, all my good people in the building. Salute. Smash them likes. If this your first time to the channel, sub up.
Dolezal, that case study makes you uncomfortable is because it hits the truth. It hits an objective reality, which is that you cannot just
Super Stick 57, that's my dog.
say because you're willing to get surgery or because you're willing to do your hair a certain way or that you're willing to wear makeup that you are something that you're not. Now, that said, I don't have an issue. Like, there's nothing that you're doing. And I think that this is where like it gets mixed up, where people pretend there's some attack happening or we're saying
Salute Danielle for the sub. If you not subbed up to the channel, please sub up to the channel. Smash them likes, y'all. Appreciate you.
you need to be put into camps. No, I think actually you're a very nice person. You're just not a woman, and you're never going to be a woman.
And
but
I know that.
Right, exactly.
And that's why I wanted to make that point. But people weaponize that. See, people love being like, you're not a woman. And I'm like, yeah, cool, great point. I agree. And then where do they go? Because see, they're weaponizing it because they want to put us down like, you're not a real girl, you never will be. Yeah, I'm aware. I have a mother and 3 sisters. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm well aware. Yeah. And I'm okay with that. Right. And I love the way I am. And even with Rachel, to go back to your point, if Rachel wants to be that way, go ahead, girl, get your life.
That's what I'm saying.
But see, so it's not me being contradictory, right, but it would be... the question is yes, I feel she's costumey, but girl, get your life. If you want to do that, do it. But it always comes back to us being delusional, but we're not. We know we're not biological women.
Girl, get your life. It's crazy. Girl, get your life. It's crazy.
And so it's scored.
And then see, now we can all be friends. We can all go out and
I want to ask you a question because I actually find your energy like, you know, like I feel like you're a strong woman, you're wise, you're intellectual, and I actually get good energy off you. I'm like an energy kind of gal, and
she's like, you know, I'm sitting here with you, and it's like, you know, she's a real woman. That's the energy you're getting, gang. Be it bruh. She's a woman. Not like that, but like that. Niggas be like, the Chrysler 300 look like a Bentley. Till that motherfucker pull up to the Bentley. Skirt, skirt.
I want to ask you, I know it's only been a short time, but us conversing and, you know, I can tell you're listening when I'm talking about my upbringing and stuff. Do you see me as like a woman, a trans woman and stuff?
No, I can answer that for you. No, she don't. You don't hear what she been saying the whole time? The fuck? Where have you been, bit bruh? That's crazy. She must be doing content. She must be about to clip this up for her own purposes. Because you know the answer to that.
Or do you see me as like he and like a costume?
I think that you're wearing a costume.
Okay.
And
do you see me as a boy or do you...
A duh. A fucking duh. The hell?
See me as a trans woman.
I mean,
or do you think I'm a feminine boy?
I just think that we've adopted these words. I think that you have gender dysphoria. Right. You feel happier in this.
I'm more meaning physicality because obviously you've listened.
Any person, I could get Ray J. I mean, makeup.
Oh, no way, right?
Ray J got titties. What's we talking about? Just gender sorry. Ray J got titties bigger than everybody in the room. On the gang. He do. Pay attention.
No, but I'm saying, like, you could. Have you seen X-Men? I mean, Charlize Theron, in makeup, you can present as a
physicality. But even without makeup, like I can get photos and sent to you with me with no makeup, no editing, whatever. I'm more mean like in the sense, because this is also a huge topic and in the trans community we call it being real or being passable. Those are just like street languages, and
even those words are crazy. Real or passable, like that's the kind of thing. Pay attention, y'all. I don't think this cool, y'all. This what they trying to push in society, y'all. And especially to our people, y'all. This what they doing, y'all. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit, y'all. Pause. Whatever I said that needed to be paused, pause. Pause this whole conversation. For real, I don't know what I said, but pause, brother. Excuse me. And I apologize for whatever I said. You know what I mean? But this, I don't like this. I don't like this. But I like people who know how to articulate the way that I feel, you know what I'm saying, in a manner in which everyone can digest. I understand exactly what Candace is saying. If you don't want to. Pay attention.
It doubles back to the fact that I don't sit on a couch at a restaurant or at a bus stop or whatever and be like trans or whatever. I actually pass as a biological female. So then it becomes my responsibility to every day educate people that I am trans. And that's usually out of respect because I like to be honest with men. I don't like to, deceive anyone or lie or whatever. But my thing is if we were having a conversation and it wasn't about this and we were just vibing, or if I went to your church and stuff, like, you're not looking at me as like a boy or like Ray and Glam.
Well, to be fair, since I knew you were coming here, I feel like it's not a fair question to ask because, but to be clear, there are tons of, especially today, you could literally look at somebody on the internet and never know that they lived at the opposite sex.
Yeah.
And or that they were.
Pay attention. Pay attention. A lot of y'all be out there just clicking links, clicking profiles. That's a yearning.
As the sex that they're not presenting, rather, is the better way to say it. But to me, I don't know. Like for me, I think that it's just dishonesty. Do you know what I mean?
If you're not being honest.
If you're not being
like
honest.
When
but
like one time, and I ain't never told nobody this, but I put on a wig one time, right?
Yo.
And so when I put on the wig, because I was trying to get into this other character, so I put on the wig, I looked in the mirror and I went, oh my God, and I was attracted to me.
Yo.
So I took the
Ray
wig
is
off real
the
fast.
key.
And I went, what just happened?
He was in character.
I didn't know what happened, but I was
it's
like,
true though,
because I had it on and I went like that because it was in my eye. So I went like that and I took it off because I was attracted to me.
Yo.
And I love me, but I didn't know I loved me like that. Like, I look good.
And that's the clip that I saw from the interview where I said, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about. I'm gonna just go on. We just gonna pass that straight up.
So I never did it again.
I'm so happy that you shared that.
I don't know why, but I felt like it's good to just be vulnerable here. But yeah, that's what happened to me.
This is a safe space.
Yeah, thank you.
And I want to
make a gorgeous woman.
You would make a gorgeous woman.
No, I just liked me. I was like, damn. And then I went, oh, that's me.
Yeah. I think one of the things that when conservatives are speaking with people on this issue and people think that it's so hardcore, and some of the, I guess, belligerence that I think people are sensing, and there is a belligerence there, and the belligerence is coming from the fact that what used to be a very small minority of people who were suffering from gender dysphoria has now been mainstreamed, and it's become a social contagion. And I feel particularly responsive to it because I did sit down with a person named Brianna. I don't know if you had time to watch this interview that I did. Brianna is still identifies as transgendered. Right. He was very kind. He and I sat down, and he basically reached out to me because he, like you, decided to go through with the procedure. Things went very wrong.
Oh, it
Brianna
went wrong?
Ivy.
It went wrong?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, Brianna realized he was just a gay guy and basically fell into the trap of seeing people online, seeing these shows that were produced who made them think it was going to be this easy thing and you were going to be happier on the other side when the majority of the people actually...
Talk about it, Candace. Talk about it. She's stating facts whether you like it or not. Big bro over there talking about, yeah, you don't know. You don't know. You didn't hear about that. You're lying. You're a liar. Sitting up there acting like you know. You all in the community. Oh, I'm, you know what I mean? And you don't even know about it. You're a liar. You and Ray J sitting in a tree.
We know for a fact that suicide rates increase after transitioning, which they don't share. And so it feels to me, and especially, and I can ask this to you, Ray J, because you're presenting a show here and you're going to contribute to this culture of people thinking, just like Brianna Ivy did, that this is just, oh, this is a decision, it's going to be super easy, and this is just actually who you are, and this is who you were born, and this is who you can be. And that, to me, is just such a demonstrable lie, and it's a lie that's hurting children. You know, children are wanting to be like Ray J and thinking that this is cool, and I'm going to hang out with some trans people and it's going to be dope, and they're having their entire lives. Like, that was the only time I almost cried on my show, was when Brianna was just boohoo crying, sharing how deformed he is, how he wished he had heard voices like mine saying, like, you need to wait because you are going down a path and you're paying attention to culture, which is just trying to sell you the newest cigarette.
Listen to your heart, right? Yeah. And listen to the education that, like, hopefully now we can provide. We have the Gaygency. We have gay.
Shut up pushing that shit. Pay attention, bro. Candace just said it. It's the culture. Everybody love the culture. Oh, the culture, the culture. Yo, there's something at work here. I just want to let y'all know this. It's something at work here, and it's infiltrating our culture. It's infiltrating our beliefs, everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? And again, I tell this to parents, you feel me? Because you have to understand, they're implementing all this kind of shit, all this kind of thought. They're implementing this at a very young age. You know what I'm saying? With these kids. They trying to form these kids' minds already before they even know what's up. Just like Shorty said, yo, niggas think they fucking unicorns and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But what they're doing is they're sculpting these babies' minds so now they're more apt to think this way. Whereas they're not just letting the natural order of things take place. Do I believe that some people are just what they are? I do. Me personally, I do believe that. But when you get off into the things like this where we want to, you know what I'm saying, be looked at as a woman, but I was this before and all that kind of stuff. You feel me? I don't profess to know nothing about all the shit. You know what I mean? Shout out to them people. But at the end of the day, they doing this at a very young age. Understand what they doing. They trying to mold these kids' minds to this way of thinking instead of just natural progression. Yo, it was gay people before any of this movement was going on. It was gay people and we knew the gay people and boom, they was gay, whatever. But nobody was shaping nobody's mind to be telling them, oh, Bobby the boy, oh, you can be Brittany the girl. You can just be Brittany the girl. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't having that kind of shit, and it's creating something different out here. Again, this ain't, you know what I'm saying? I don't hate nobody or nothing like that, but I thought this was a good conversation to be had. Ray J owns the Gaygency and all this abomination. I second that. You know what I mean? I don't know what bro pushing, but I got a good idea. You know what I'm saying? And again, I just want to bring this conversation up to the people and just run this. We ain't gonna run the rest of it. We gonna stop there because it's a whole bunch of promotion for the Gaygency, and y'all already know what's up with the Gaygency. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. But again, for the parents out there, you know, it's one thing to just be a parent, like you deal with your kid when they come home from school or whatever, they get in trouble. You got to go up there to the school and handle that. I'll raise a 6-year-old, you feel me? And whatever they doing in his school, in his class, I'm well aware of. You got to be on top of shit. At the end of the day, I think a lot of us don't realize that these kids be at school more than they're with us. You know what I'm saying? They're at school more than they're with us. You feel me? So if the schools is doing this, that, and the other and putting all these thoughts in your kid's head, that's would be a real hard thing for you to try to, you know what I mean, reverse or whatever, because they trying to make these kids feel like, yo, they can do whatever. Like they don't got no rules, like you're people too. And like they are people, but this the thing. That's why they're minors. That's why they're adolescents, because they need guidance, but they need guidance from their parents. You know what I'm saying? So I just tell that to all the parents out there. Don't think just because you dropping your kid off, you feel me? You know, he's going to school. It's just school. They got all kind of fucking curriculum in this school now. And it ain't got shit to do with numbers and reading and writing, bro. I'm talking about at a very young age, they implementing this shit. Y'all got to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? And they serious. They got a cold hall behind them. They got a cold hall, bro. Everybody supports this. You feel me? Straight up. You see celebrities. I see Marlon Wayans with a rainbow costume on or something for Pride Month and all that. And again, this is not an attack on them or anything like that. But it's just like they got a cold press run going on right now. You feel me? And it's real life. Pay attention. But shout out to all my good people out there. You feel me? This was funny. You know what I'm saying? I was joking it up and all that. But, you know, shit be serious. Again, I'm raising a 6-year-old male, a baby man. You understand me? And that's what I'm doing, bro. And I have to be on top of shit like this personally. You feel me? I feel like everybody should. Laws that get passed for them and everything else. Yeah, I have to be, because you would just be doing yourself and your children a disservice if you not. But I see all my good people in here. Yak, what it do? Sexy Nay, Lefty. Butter in the building. Refuse. I see you, bro. Shouts out to you for that sub. Everybody in here who have not subbed up, if you're new to the channel, please sub up. You feel me? Shout out my dog Drizzle Reacts, Reek Money. You know what I'm saying? Reg Dog. That's my nigga. Tay Breezy. All my good people in here, man. It's good to see y'all. I'm glad y'all pulled up, you know, for however long you pulled up. I hope y'all enjoyed the conversation and the jokes, because I was in there clowning. But again, I can't tell y'all enough. Like, shit be serious. So make sure y'all paying attention to what's going on. That's it. But smash that like if you didn't smash that like already. I got 83. I feel like I should have had 100 already, but I know how y'all be doing me, so it's cool. You feel me? It's cool. Lefty, great content. Yeah, thank you, Lefty. I appreciate that. Trying to do it up. But again, man, I appreciate y'all, because I'll just be up here, you know, just doing my 1-2. Go to PTS meetings and all that, you know what I mean? Flags all at the desk. Exactly, Dave. Salute, Dave. That's what I'm talking about, though. That's what I'm talking about right there on Angels. That's what I'm talking about right there, my dude. That's what I mean. You got to be on top of that stuff. You feel me? Shout out my girl, Lady AD in the building. That's my girl right there. Yeah. But yeah, you definitely got to pay attention to shit like that, because it's going on. And I'm sure that a lot of y'all not even aware. The kids might not be coming home saying, oh yeah, this is, they just processing it. It's just in their head, and you don't even know what's going on. You feel me? So, you know, pay attention. But shout out to everybody in here again. Smash that like. You losing numbers, cuz. Whoever Angel Lane is, we'll pack you the fuck up in here, nigga. We'll pack you the fuck up in here. Understand that. You know what I'm saying? You was chilling in here today, but I don't know what you be on, but we'll pack you the fuck up in here. Believe that, nigga. I don't know what's up, nigga, but on Angels, we'll fuck your shit up. Shout out to everybody, though. I appreciate y'all. Smash the like. Once this go up, leave a comment, too. Ooh, 3 hearts from Lady AD. Hey. But yeah, bro, make a comment on the live, too, once you see it go up and all that. I appreciate y'all again.